Hello, Mandy here from my apartment in this pause of my life before we start our adventures of traveling abroad. Um, like I said in my introduction video, I'm going to start just putting some things out of what I'm working on, and maybe something will resonate with one of you or many of you, or maybe none of you. But this is just me documenting my journey. And while I am in this waiting period, it's like mid-October, the weather is getting cooler. We're starting to get into more of Vata season for Ayurvedic wisdom. That is the dosha Vata, which is made up of air and ether. I'm having a brain thing, which is very Vata. Forgetting things, being scattered. So it's a time to ground ourselves because the qualities in nature are light and a lot of movement. So our bodies can embody that as well. So when the weather starts to get cooler and we're going into fall and winter, we need more grounding qualities to bring balance. Opposites bring balance. So I also need some grounding in this transition period of my life. So I like to work within the chakra system. I learned about a lot of this in my Ayurvedic training and my yoga training. I am not an expert in any means in any of these modalities, but just authentically showing how I use these tools that I have been able to acquire to help myself. It might help somebody else. So I love crystals. I have them all over my tiny apartment now, and I had even more in my big house. And I had to part with a lot of them, and I'll have to part with more as I travel, which is very hard for me. I've always been attached to collecting rocks and sticks and everything since a child. So they have special meaning for me, and I feel very drawn to them. So I'll pick a few that I really can't part with as I travel, but we'll be traveling with a backpack. Not that we'll be backpacking. We'll be staying in Airbnbs and things like that as we travel abroad, but I'm only going to have like a 55-liter backpack, so not many things will fit. So I'll have to pick the very precious things to take with me. So this is one that will be going with me. This is a garnet. So you see that deep maroon color that is associated with the root chakra. This is a good stone for grounding for the root chakra. Our left hands are our receptive hands. So sometimes when I'm feeling I need grounding, I will hold this crystal in my left hand. Or if I'm lying down, I'll put it more near the root chakra, which is at the base of the spine, around the perineum, the tailbone area. So today, to kind of get into that grounding quality, I'm going to work within my root chakra. And I have this mudra card deck. And so it has some good information about the root chakra. Of course, the color red is associated with it. The root chakra is where we get our sense of self, our security, being able to, be grounded in who we are so that we can be everything. It's like the base of everything else. A lot of times, we develop some of our, I don't know how I want to say this, we develop like who we are from like childhood. And so that root chakra is rooted in like childhood experiences. So say you had a very loving, nurturing family, and you felt like you were seen and heard and were important, you will have a stronger root chakra, a stronger base, a stronger sense of self, confidence. If you per se had a childhood that had some trauma, no matter what the trauma was, it's how you internalized it. There could be some things that your root chakra has not maybe been able to fully develop in a way that gives you that sense of grounding, that sense of security. So those are reasons why you might want to work with the root chakra, along with the seasonal changes where you might want more of that earth element and work with the root chakra. So I find that as I am growing and learning, I have some root chakra issues. And it's also the fall, and so I need more of earth element. So I'm going to work more on my root chakra during this season. So these are some of the ways that I choose to do that. So having my garnet or any other stone that might be associated with the root chakra. I have this stone, I love it. So this is the one that I like to use. There are mudras that we can also use, which are like hand gestures. It can be full body gestures, but this just kind of embodies the energetics of the chakra that you're working with. Our hands are associated, connected with our hearts. So I'm going to be working now with this fearlessness mudra. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce it correctly because I won't. We did have some Sanskrit in my Ayurvedic training and my yoga training, but I am not proficient in speaking Sanskrit, so I will just use the English. So this mudra associates with and assists with safety, courage, and steadfastness. Some of the benefits from doing this mudra is it reduces anxiety, supports elimination, which can be hindered during the cooler seasons because we tend to dry out more, and that can cause some elimination issues. It cultivates a sense of fearlessness and grounding. So I chose this because I am more timid by nature. I'm trying to strengthen my root chakra and strengthen that fearlessness within myself. So that is why I chose this grounding root chakra mudra, but there are many more that you could do for different focuses and benefits. So you hold your right hand slightly cupped at shoulder height and the palm facing outward, and the right elbow to fall close to the waist. So this is the mudra for fearlessness. And there is a focus that you can say with this, a kind of a mantra or an affirmation. My courage and self-assurance is unwavering. My courage and self-assurance is unwavering. My courage and self-assurance is unwavering. So I might do a meditation with this, just holding my garnet in my left hand, my receptive hand, having my mudra here, and saying out loud or silently to myself that mantra. My courage and self-assuredness and self-assurance is unwavering. So if you choose to want to maybe grab a grounding crystal, maybe doing this fearlessness mudra with me, and we'll just sit with our breath and silently saying that mudra or affirmation, whatever you want to call it, that mantra, not mudra. My courage and self-assurance is unwavering. My courage and self-assurance is unwavering. And just allow yourself to feel your sits bones, your hips, wherever you're sitting. Just allow yourself to notice where you're connecting with the earth element, with the ground. Maybe envisioning from the base of your spine, little roots growing out down into the earth. My courage and self-assurance is unwavering. Just imagining those little roots burrowing their way all the way down to the middle, the core of the earth, Mother Nature, that earth element, so grounding, so nurturing. From this grounded state, you can really tap into that fearlessness, that you are secure and stable. You are safe to be who you are meant to be. You are safe. My courage and self-assurance is unwavering. Connecting with your breath. Maybe bringing that focus of the left hand, whatever stone you chose to bring in for your grounding practice. Imagining those vibrations moving into the palm, all the way up into the heart, down the spine, all the way to the tailbone, fortifying those roots. Just a few breaths here. Take a deep breath in through your nose and open your mouth and sigh it out. If your eyes were closed like mine, gently opening them. And just maybe noticing if that little practice helped your internal world, finding a little bit more peace and calmness, more sense of centering. So thank you for joining me. Stay grounded, stay connected and vibing to the best of your ability. And I'll see you again soon.